Working on the Allis Chalmers B-10. Maybe I should have painted these. Yeah, I think I'll paint these before I put it back on. Alright, I've got those pieces painted. Just gotta wait for that paint to dry. And in the meantime, I think I'll work on putting the points cover back on. I had to rob this off of another Briggs & Stratton that I've got, because this engine did not have it on there. Had to clean these threads out, but they're still a little sticky. Alright, there's that. Got the wire sticking out of the hole right there. I do need to go 3D print a gasket for this, but that can be done at a later time. I need to go ahead and get all three of these bolts in here. Put the spacers in. Just like that, that's back installed. Time to put the shroud back on. I had almost forgotten. I put this on there the wrong way. This is supposed to go on the intake manifold first. Move that aside. Turn this so you guys can see. See if I can get this thing up. There we go. Now we just gotta get these bolts off here. and just like that, I believe we're ready to put this shroud back on here. Oh, got that for us. Well, the shroud was supposed to go on first before I put all this back on. All right, well, I guess it's time to take it back off. Oh, that's what I had before. I had it before. And we're free. Now we can put the shroud on. Oh, would you look at that? I already put one of the bolts in. Different size. Now that fits. Just like it's supposed to. Imagine if I had actually, I don't know, made some instructions for this. Would not have had to do that. Don't believe that's supposed to be rubbing there. Ah, great. That came out much easier that time. This plate was bent last time. I'm gonna go bend it back. Well, I thought about it. I'm not gonna bend that. I thought maybe I can just get some washers and offset it that way. Just like that. Oh, now we're juggling a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. It's not fitting right. We'll figure this out. There we go, that fits. So now, these bolts in. Oh, I just shoved them in the wrong hole. There's that. And that. I'll put an extra one on there. There we go. I think that right there looks pretty good. Alright, so I've got the starter generator here. I'm gonna wire wheel it, clean it up, and then paint it before I go and put that back on there. That way it looks nice, just like the rest of it. Yep. So the new carburetor is not an exact match. As you can see, the bolt patterns don't line up. But I robbed the intake off of the other Briggs & Stratton I've got, and the bolt patterns do line up on this one. Now let me see if I can show you. If it's gonna... the bolt patterns do line up. So we'll just work with this one instead. But now I've got to clean this thing up. And I've also got to drill out the holes because they are different sizes. Alright, time to get to painting. Now we just gotta wait for this to dry, flip it over, paint the other side, so on and so forth. Got the coil mounted. Went ahead and mounted it right here. I think this will work. I'm not 100% sure. Gotta wait until the intake gets done drying before I put it back on here and see if it'll fit. Otherwise, I'll just need to move this again. Won't be a big deal. Well, it did not fit there. That's probably the extent of things I have time for today. So, we're just going to have to save putting the rest of this back together for another day. I overestimated the amount that I could get done in one day, especially with waiting for things to get painted. I do want this thing to look somewhat nice. I know, I say somewhat nice and then you see the rusty block on this thing. They don't call me the Rusty Texan for anything. So, we'll continue this on tomorrow.